I bought this new wig on Amazon. I'm super excited about it. It came with all this stuff. It's Yargle hair. Check out that super cute bag. All the stuff came with it. The wig's super cute. Definitely make sure you guys shop, shop, shop. We're about to hop into this and I'm going to install this wig and show you guys how it went. Check it out. So, I'm just gonna go ahead and secure my hair. I started locks back in April, and so when I do wear wigs, I basically just braid down my hair, as you guys see, with the individual locks that I started and how I'm just securing it. I leave the front of my locks out and just do the back and swoop the front. That way I don't have too much tension going to the back of my head. So as you see, it's nice and secured. These are the things that I use to make sure my hair keeps growing nice and healthy and it's moisturized, especially as I have a wig on. I want to make sure I maintain that moisture in there so I get it really good. Make sure I get everything in there. Next up, I'm going to go ahead and apply that Dew Grow. Make sure I get in between. I put the hydrating milk on there first because, of course, I want to retain the moisture. Next up, we're going to seal in that moisture with the grease argan oil. Love it. So I go ahead and put it on my most sensitive and vulnerable spots, knowing that I'm putting a wig on. And I'm just going to go ahead and make sure everything is secured. My lock in the back wants to break loose. And so this is just, again, this great stuff that came with it. I cannot leave this out as fact that they gave me literally everything I needed to secure this wig. So that was just awesome. Again, that's Yargle hair. Love it. The wig came, just of course in a great condition there. Go ahead and unboxed it, and like I said, we're gonna get started on that install now that my hair is all secure. And as you see, cute. They gave me some wig caps. Love. They actually put 2 in there, which was absolutely phenomenal because I'll have one for next time. Gonna go ahead and secure this on my head, nice and easy there. Gonna make sure I put it all the way around my head. I do make sure I tuck my edges after, make sure they're all secured in there. Do keep in mind that where I'm putting the cap, I am putting it a little before my hairline. That way I do not put any type of thing on my hairline. I don't want to put tension or cause any type of thing there. So this is the concealer that I use to go ahead and blend the wig really nicely. That way it looks like my scalp. I'm a little more caramel to milk chocolate. Love it. So I definitely make sure I use the same concealer I used on my face. You can see me swab it. So I just make sure I get it really good. That way it looks like my same complexion. It doesn't look white or too dark or red. It looks good. So now we're going to size it, kind of see how it looks on, kind of see how I want to do it. Do I want to do a side part? Do I want to cut it? How do we want to work this bad boy? I'm super happy with how it's going to turn out. I see the vision and we're going to dive in here. Move it over just a little, make sure I love it. So now we're just going to cut back some of that lace that way I can see. Everyone does this part differently. This is how I do it. I want to make sure I can see a little bit, but leave enough of the lace. That way I know what I'm working with. But now that I know I'm going to do a side part, from here I'm just going to cut all that extra out because I don't need that as I'm working. Just going to cut. Fit around my head, keep seeing the vision. Pretty happy there. So now I'm just going to use these little secure things that I got off Amazon as well. Put those in the description. Just make sure I secure my hair back as I am about to put down the bonding glue. I don't want to get any of my hair in there. That way I make sure it's secure, but I also keep those little hairs out of there. So I just find that to be super easy. So now I'm just going to cut away more of the lace now that I have it really fitted of exactly how I want to have the vision. Going to cut it around my ears. Definitely want my ears to show in this hairstyle. I love these scissors. You can get them off Amazon. I'll put those in there as well, my description. They're super small, so and they're super sharp. And so they get those crevices. So I'm just going to put that back up there because it fell a little bit. Going to see my ears, show that off. Going to make sure everything looks great. I'm just going to put the flat iron on there, that lay it down a little bit. That way I can see the vision clearly. I can. Love it. So now I'm just going to tuck it back, and I'm going to start putting that Gone to Be glue spray on there. Secure it there. I sometimes take my wig off at night or maybe in the next 2 days. I don't secure it for days at a time because I do like to keep my hair moisturized because I do have dry hair. And so I'm going to go ahead and put that on. Missed a few spots over there. So I'm just going to go back, make sure it feels really good there. They gave me this secure. Love that they attached this. It's so great. It's really great quality. So I'm going to put that on there. That way I can go ahead and make sure that we're feeling good. I'm going to put some heat on there, get it heat ready. Like, oop, yep, warm up, bad boy. Yes, we're feeling it. Next, I'm going to use my Conair. I love this thing. Just going to make sure I put on some heat there. And I'll show you guys the settings as I'm doing it, get it warmed up. I'm going to go ahead and put it there to hot and high. That way I have it. If you feel too much heat, take it down a notch. Don't burn yourself in this process. But definitely make sure you're secure in the hair, the glue, to make sure it stays. Because the last thing you want is your wig slipping, girl. So definitely make sure you do that. Now I'm feeling really, really good. I'm definitely going to make sure I cut back some of that lace now that it's fully secure. So now I'm just cutting back that extra lace now. So go ahead and cut all that. When you put that on there and it secures it like that, you have the great opportunity of making sure that everything feels really secure. So that's really great. So I'm just cutting, making sure it looks good. I'm really liking it. And so I'm definitely going to keep it up. Just cutting away that extra there. Like I said, I just wanted to make sure it feels good and looks good all the way around. And so I'm just steadily just cutting off all that extra there. You'll find that sometimes you'll find extra in between this process, and that's totally okay. That's the point. So basically you're laying it down to your scalp to make it look very realistic. Of course, if you know it's a wig, great, but the point is for you not to know it's a wig, right? What lace? That's the energy. And so with these little bitty scissors, they're just really great because they get into those little small crevices, so you can kind of check it out. Looks like I missed a little spot, so I'm just going to go back, make sure I got it. Little last minute to zoom in, make sure you got it all, because again, what lace, sis, what lace. So we're feeling really good. So we got all those cut off. Yes, 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 I'm liking it. Just gonna check to see if there's any more that I saw that I missed. Looks like I didn't. So now I'm gonna go on with those same scissors and I'm gonna create those baby hairs. Some people don't like baby hairs. I like them. I think they give it a little bit of the hairstyle, some personality. It also releases some wig-like look, Party City wig looks sometimes when you have just a solid hairline with no baby hairs popping. And so I'm just gonna take just a little bit at a time. With those little things, they secure my hair really good back there. Sometimes I gotta move them because I'm pulling on the hair. So like I said, I'm just gonna move those around, give myself a little sideburn there. So like I said, the vision, right? And so I'm just gonna cut those at an angle. That way it goes with the way my face falls. Gonna trim that back a little bit. That way it truly looks like a sideburn and not too thick, because I like my baby hairs a little more thin. I just use a toothbrush and I spray it directly on there. I do not spray the spray directly on my face or directly on the hair. This I find keeps it from getting stiff or the hair getting sticky. And of course, I don't want that on my face for debris later. So I just spray it directly on the toothbrush, and then I work the baby hairs there. Right there, I sprayed my hairline. Notice I did not spray directly on the hair. And so that touches that up there. Just going to go in and make that swirl. I think that turned out really, really cute. I'm going to put a little bit of heat there just to hold it down, because sometimes I need that extra heat. Again, my settings of my flat iron are on low. And so just keep that in mind there. It's like between 5 and 15. It's not at the full max of 45. And it's because I am putting it on my hairline. And so I'm just going to swirl that back. Now I'm giving the hairstyle a little more personality. I'm going to do some little flyaways down there while this one's secured to my actual head. I'm going to get a little more, like I said, a little more flyaways, a little more edge there. That way the vision is there. I'm going to pull a little more down just to edge it up. These scissors, like I said, are really sharp, but they're really great for definition. So I'm going to do the same thing over here. Now that the hairstyle is coming together, you can see the little side profile and kind of see we're getting it together. So I'm just going to do the same thing over here. This side is the bang side, and so I'm definitely going to think about how I want it personality-wise. I know I'm going with like a rocker type pixie cut, which I really, really like. And so I'm just going to curl the bangs that way. And then you can see the settings there. As I told you guys, it is on that lower settings. It is, like I said, I don't want to burn the hair, even though it is human. You can still over process hair, especially as I'm trying to figure out exactly what style I want it to be in. I always do a lower setting at this time because I go back and forth, as you guys see. I'm just figuring out, like, do I want it to swoop? Am I giving Kris Jenner? What am I giving here? And so I'm just kind of playing around with it. You can kind of style it how you want. I'm laying it down, kind of getting that vision to come alive. The hair is just so soft. I absolutely love it. There was no shedding as I was doing this. So I was already like, this is great quality hair. And I just love, 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 love that. I really, really love that. So I'm just really enjoying it as I'm flipping and playing with it to where I'm like, what's the look? How do I want to do this? So as you guys see, you can play around with the bang side. If you want it back, if you want it forward, if you want it feathered, if you want it curled under, if you want it curled out, definitely play around with it to what suits your face. If you have a certain face shape, definitely goes what flatters you, sis. But I'm also prepping the hair for me doing the baby hairs on this side and what's going to look the most flattering. So I got it kind of feathered on that side. I'm going to go back and kind of feather that. That way it feels good and looks good on this side. Definitely going to put some of that just back there. Now I'm feathering this side here. That way I can complete that look. pretty much have that vision set. As you see, it's feathered to the back. I'm just rolling the flat iron with my hand. That way you get that same look. And of course, I'm going to lay down the hairline. That way it looks really, really natural. Gonna trim off just a little bit there, toothbrush it out. That way I look very natural. I like to run the toothbrush across the hair because it gives that frizz. Of course, when you roll your real hair, you always have some baby hairs that aren't perfect, right? So just giving it that personality, that little more of a natural look. That way it doesn't look too gelled down. So over here, just again, just feathering. Want to make sure it looks really good, really tight, really neat. Just really enjoying this hair and how soft it is. And of course, the quality is phenomenal. And so now I'm back on this side. I pretty much have it to where I'm like, okay, I think I feathered it quite enough to where if I shake, it'll fall. Now I'm going to start working it around my ear. I definitely wanted the more pull back look. That way the focus was on my face and the slenderness of it. And so just kind of playing around with it and still feathering it. That way I can get that completed look that I'm going for. So as you see, the feathering is just going marvelous. So we're hopping straight into it. Still some feathering going on there. Gonna curl it underneath here and then trim it down. That way it falls around my face. Again, everyone has a different face shape. And so as you trim this part, that's what you're diving into. So now it's time for the baby hairs. I'm gonna grab those scissors again and I'm gonna set aside some baby hairs. Again, I want it to look more natural. So I'm just gonna cut it down around my face, apply that there, and then use the toothbrush to go ahead and grab those hairs. As I'm using the toothbrush, I just really like it. It's useful. Of course, I have a million toothbrushes because I just love changing out my toothbrush for hygiene reasons. Of course, everyone should every 6 months. But I just always keep a spare one for my hair. That way it gives that really nice look. If you have an edge brush, it does the same exact thing. I just like that the brush head is just a little smaller because, again, I don't like giant baby hairs out there. And so I'm going to get in there with the scissors and I'm just going to align and separate some of them. Sometimes as you start applying the spray there, it of course takes on a life of its own. And so sometimes you do have to just separate them that way. They're not all bunched together. So that's all I'm doing there. So go back in and separate them again. That way I can get that look. Feeling really good about that. And again, it looks very natural there. So I'm very happy. Just going to spray just a very little bit there. Now I'm going to use a comb, because I love to use the comb and just really look at it to make sure it looks very realistic. It looks very good. Just going to keep curling it with my hairline. And so here we're working on that edge there. And so with the baby hairs that are left out as well as the sideburns, I want it to look very realistic and very like sex appeal, but also very professional. And so I'm just going to play around with it around my ear. I know I want both my ears out because that's how I cut the lace. And so now I'm just working on that side. So I'm just going to lay it down a little bit more. That way it feels very secure in how I do it. It feels good. It looks good. You see me smile and I'm like, yes, sis, that's you. And so as you see, the look is pretty much complete there. Now we're just feathering. And so again, it's a whole lot of feathering because with shorter hair, you have so much opportunity. So I'm kind of just playing around with it, showing you guys how you can wear it. You can feather it to the back, have it peek out on that side, wear it that way, hide your ear, show your ear. The personality that you want to bring alive with this wig is totally yours to do. Since I feathered it so much, you can see that it's just falling when I run my hands through it like that. So definitely feather your hair. That way you have that opportunity to play with it as you want. And so now that I showed you guys how you can play with it, I'm going to dive into exactly how I want to style the wig. I want it pushed back to the back behind my ear. And to go with this Kris Jenner type of look, definitely going to hit the baby hairs as well as the hairline and sideburns. That way it just brings it all together. This one makes it really good there. And so definitely keep going there. It looks really good. And so as you see the finished look, it looks amazing. I'm just going to put that little curl down there. And yes, we are set and we are in motion. I really like what that looks like. It looks really great. And so again, just hitting it. And the look is complete, sis. We got through this. Thanks for joining me. If you like this, go ahead and subscribe. Check out that finished look that I got there. And I'm going to put the description to this wig in my bio so you can grab it, use this video for reference, and show me how you did.